All right, I think I'm live. All right, I'm sorry I'm like a little bit late. I have some problem with my internet today. I hope it's going to be well. All right, I'm going to wait just a few seconds, making sure that everybody's there. Welcome, everybody. If you're in the chat already, just let me know where you're from and what time it is. I would love to know. In the meantime, I'm just going to wait for everybody to show up, and then we'll start. I have a good 45 minutes, hour of material for you guys. Very excited. I'm going to have exercise theory. It's going to be great. So yeah, I see there's a lot of people in the chat already. So hi, guys. So I see Seth, 7 p.m. USA. I see Toronto, Tanya, 8 p.m. All right, now it's going too fast. All right, cool. All right, I think almost everybody should be there. Cool. All right. I'm having some problem with my internet. Hopefully, it's not going to bug. I'm going to try to check it out a few times. I want to make sure that you guys don't get caught in the middle of it. So I'm going to set up, I think, my iPad just to make sure that if there's any problem, you guys can just text me and I can maybe see it there. I'm going to see if I can do that. I'm going to take two minutes, guys, and then we're going to start. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that you guys will have everybody a chance to see this presentation. So yeah, I see there's a lot of people coming in. You know what? I think I'm going to just do this. So bear with me. It's going to be like, we're going to start in a second. Going to access that. That's what happens when you do stuff live. Webinar. All right. You know what? I think that's going to be too long. All right, we'll hope for the best. If there's any problem, I'll try to check it out a few times if I get the internet. So I'm going to start right away. I'm going to switch my computer. I'm going to show you guys the material that I have for you guys. I hope you're excited. It's going to be a great time. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Clicking on. This is what we're going to talk about it today, guys. How to become a world-class digital painter in under 12 months. We're going to have a lot of theory, some exercises. I hope you guys are excited. This is going to be a great time. You're in the right place, by the way, if you have beautiful vision of painting in your head, but you struggle getting them down on canvas from time to time. If you have a busy schedule and find it difficult to make time to practice, you start dozens of painting, but find it really hard to finish any, want to make a living from digital painting, but you're not quite sure how to get there, are frustrated by your slow progress and often feel overwhelmed by how much there is to learn. If any of these sound familiar to you, I'm going to have something for you today, guys. Me, I am David Béliveau. I'm a self-taught illustrator, painter, digital painter. I've been working 11 years in graphic design before doing this, and then I've been learning about 5 years digital painting. And basically what I love to do is portraiture. You may have seen my work already online. I've been featured in a few places. And what I really like to do these days is to teach people. I did a few tutorials. Maybe you already see this one, the 1 week portrait. If you saw it, actually, let me know in the chat what you thought about it. If it helped you, let me know what was one thing that you find that was a discourage to you. So yeah, like I said, I like to do tutorial. This is really my passion now. And here's what you're going to learn by hanging out with me today. While your current approach to digital painting is probably causing you a lot of pain and frustration, I'm going to give you a much better approach to take. 3 super useful exercises that will unchain your potential 10 times faster when you learn digital painting, how to get out of the roots when you're feeling stuck and uninspired, and how you can start beautiful paintings in just a matter of months, even weeks. And here's my big promise to you guys. I promise you that by the end of this workshop, you'll have all the tools necessary to become the artist that you want to be. I hope that sounds excited to you. On top of that, I just want to say, you guys, don't take any notes. I'm going to have a lot of material for you guys today. You don't have to take any notes. Just follow on. I'm going to give you the PDF to this presentation afterwards. Plus, I'll give you also the workbook, the 7-step roadmap, which will make sense in a few moments when I'll present it to you. So just sit back, relax, enjoy. I'll give you all the material you need to know at the end of this presentation. We'll have also a Q&A at the end if you have any questions. Before we start, I would like to know a little bit more about you guys. Which of the following best describe your relationship to digital painting? Is it A, never heard of it, I was told there would be free stuff here? In this case, yes, stick around, there'll be free stuff. I've seen some digital painting online and I wanted to see what it's all about. Is it C, I really enjoy painting, it's one of my favorite hobbies? Or is it D, painting is my life and I'm ready to become a pro? Just let me know in the chat, please, guys. It would be awesome. I want to know a little bit more about you. And while you do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story into the world of digital painting. You see, when I started that years ago, I fell in love with it instantly. I was just blown away. I bought myself a tablet, and then I jumped on YouTube, on Facebook, trying to find any kind of tutorial I could find. And what I discovered is YouTube speed paintings, they don't teach you much. So I was getting a little bit disappointed with my results at that point. But what I realized is when I was doing certain steps and I was following those steps one by one, I was getting the results that I really wanted to. And this presentation is going to be all about those steps. I want to teach you what's the big secret that I found for myself. And before I do that, I want to say a big thank you, guys. Paintable almost has a year now. And it's because of you guys. It's because of your support. So thank you so much for your support. The first class that I did was already more than a year ago. It was the Beginner Toolbox, being able to reach at least 4,000 people with it. And I was really impressed by it. Then the 1 week portrait, almost 8.5 thousand. That was amazing. And today with the Paintable.cc, more than 300,000 people give support. Thank you so much, guys. This is amazing, and I love that. So yeah, to continue, and I was basically, I learned a few things since then, and everybody, me included, struggle with the same things. Basically, it's a loss of motivation. And let me know in the chat if that sounds familiar to you. You see something on the web and you're like, wow, this is amazing. I want to try to do this. So you get super excited and you jump on your tablet right away. You start painting. You don't try to practice or to learn anything. You're just like, all right, I'm going to do it. And what happened is you start to be disappointed because obviously you do not have the tools necessary yet to do it. And so the results that you get, you're just a little bit disappointed. So what you do is you're giving up. You don't touch your tablet. You scratch your artwork like this one. I don't know if you did that. I did that many times. And basically, you don't touch your tablet for months and you stop learning. And basically, when you do that, well, you don't see any progress. And I was making myself excuses all the time, telling myself I was too old. I should have started when I was younger. I had no talent. And I was wrong on all of the points. But at some point, I got tired of guessing and I made a list of everything I wanted to know about digital painting. And I realized this, I was trying to push a giant rock. Basically, I was trying to push and to learn everything at the same time. In digital painting, there's a lot of stuff to learn. So if you try to do everything at the same time, you're not going to see much results. So what I did when I did that list that I was looking forward to everything that I wanted to learn is basically I break that down. I break it down into pieces, into smaller chunks that was easier for me to actually learn. Chunks like blending, skin tone, anatomy, texture. And basically what I realized is when you focus on one of them at the time, you're actually learning faster and you see results way faster. And I'll talk to you about it today a little bit. So over the years, I tweaked and perfected the system. I took everything I learned from years of struggling and combined it with everything I learned from teaching thousands of students. And here's the secret. You need to know the difference between passive learning and active learning. And all the presentation I'm going to show you today, guys, is going to be obviously about active learning. But passive learning, in the meantime, is this. And you let me know if that sounds familiar. You get an idea, you fire up Photoshop, and you start painting right away. You watch occasional speed painting to learn random tricks and technique, learning a little bit more with each painting, often without even realizing it. Passive learning is okay. It's important to spend time just painting. Every time you paint, you're improving bit by bit, but it's really, really slow. And that's the problem with that technique, basically. So you won't see the results that you want. You rarely finish anything, which demotivates you. It can be really difficult to see improvement and get the feeling of accomplishment that you need to actually push your skills. So basically, you need to get out of this. And for this, you need active learning. Active learning is something that's going to supercharge your learning. I'm going to teach it to you right now. It's using a roadmap, a game plan. It's breaking down everything into chunks, into smaller pieces, and it's working backward to fit those chunks into the time available to you. Everybody has different lives. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you have children, maybe you're a full-time student, maybe you have a full-time job. It's important to know your schedule and fit that into your own schedule. It's using specific exercises that will unchain your potential faster. I'm going to show you a few today. It's rather than try to learn everything at once, which is slow and frustrating, is learning everything bit by bit, breaking down everything and working with those chunks, those smaller bites to learn them one by one. And that way, you're going to see results instantly. So I'm guessing that you're super excited right now and you really want to get in. So I'm going to start. Before I do so, I always like to say this. I want to teach you a lot of theory today because the theory is more important sometimes than practice. I'm going to teach you practice as well. But here's the analogy I'm always doing is the fisherman and the fish. If you give a fish to someone, they're going to be fed up for one day. But if you told them how to fish, then they'll be able to actually feed themselves for the rest of their life. And I want to do the same thing with digital painting today. I want to teach you how you can learn how to become the digital painter that you want to be. And I'm going to do that through the 7 steps. So we're going to go through the presentation, guys. I'm going to teach you all that. Like I said, you do not have to take any notes. I'll give you the PDF of this. So you just have to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I'm just going to switch here to make sure that I'm still on the internet. Yes, perfect. All right, so we'll start. Step 1, set your destination. Okay, a good destination is like a compass. It will help you guide everything you do, giving you much stronger results. A bad destination is learn digital painting. Why, you might ask? Because it's too big. It's so big that you're getting just depressed by the amount of material you have to learn. So you have better destinations that are more precise, more small, like learn digital portraiture, learn environmental painting, move from traditional to digital painting. Perfect destination, though, will be something even more precise than that. Learn enough about digital painting to feel comfortable holding a workshop teaching in your city. That's one that I did, and when I did it, I was so proud of myself. Get a portrait painted on a feature of a cover Imagine Effects. That's really precise as well. Paint a coherent series of 20 futuristic landscapes, so good you can use them to apply for a job as a concept artist. Those are examples of what I would consider perfect destination, and they're perfect to me because they are more specific and measurable, therefore easier to achieve. And the more precise, the better it's going to be, basically. You can have more than one destination at a time, by the way. If you have more than one, it's good. But try to always focus on just one at a time, all right? This way, you'll reach it faster and you'll see more improvement faster, basically. And it's okay if you don't have a clear vision of what you want to do yet. Maybe you're asking yourself, maybe you're really new to this and you're like, all right, but I don't know where I want to go. So here's a trick for you. If you don't know where to go, find 3 all-time top inspiring digital painting that make you go, wow, really excited. And you're like, all right, I really want to do this. Learn and analyze what makes you excited about this. Because basically what makes you excited is going to be good. If you're excited, it's good. So work towards that. Make it your destination. It can be their style, the colors, or the form, or the brushstroke they use, or the subject itself. Anything that you like from those illustrations, and make that your destination. So once you get a destination, that's going to be a really huge step into the way of learning digital painting. So that was step 1. I'm going to make sure that everybody's there. All right. Step 2, set specific goals. And that's super important. Now that you know where you want to go, you need to find yourself steps to get there, right? So to find steps is going to really help you. And once you get them, you can break them down into smaller bits. So basically, I have goals and sub-goals. It's going to be super important. These don't need to be exact scientific plan here. You probably don't know exactly what are your sub-goals right now. But the point is to have a good idea of the things you need to learn so you can start focusing on your studies right now. And I'm going to give you an example here. Get a portrait painted featured on the cover of Imagine Effects. If this was my destination, here's how I would break it down to actually get there. So I would have my goals: learn facial anatomy, understanding hair, learn to paint skin texture, learn how to add dramatic lighting. Those will be like 4 examples that I'm giving you. I could have put 10 or 20. That's really up to you. Once you get your goal, you want to break them down into sub-goals. So to learn facial anatomy, I would go with Andrew Lumie's techniques because it's a really great technique. If you don't know it yet, it's a very good technique for portraiture. Learn anatomy of the eye, of the nose, of the lips. Those would be my sub-goals. Therefore, I'm having smaller chunks to actually get to my goal, which points me to my destination. And that's how I would do it. And for each of them, I would obviously have to break them down into different ones for the hair, for the skin, and for the dramatic lighting. So once you get those, it's going to be easier for you to finish those smaller steps one by one. It's going to give you momentum and just going to give you the courage to just sit down basically every day and to paint more. So it's very, very important to have goals and sub-goals. So that was step 2. Always making sure that everybody's there. Cool. So step 3, set yourself a timeline. It's really important. Like, it's been, especially if you're like, if you're a little bit older and you already finished school. When you're in school, you have homeworks and stuff. Once you're like, you work, you're doing something hobby for yourself, let's say, you don't put yourself actually that pressure of the timeline, but it's really key when you want to actually learn something. I'm going to explain you why. See, a timeline will help you keep you accountable and focused by adding a sense of urgency on what you're learning. It's very, very important. And it doesn't have to be super complicated. I got an example here. I got my goals, my sub-goals, and now I have a timeline. In that timeline, I'm going to guess it as first. And it's going to be a little bit difficult at first, but give it a try. And here's why. If you want to do that professionally at some point, your client is going to come to you and be like, all right, I want a portrait. How much time it's going to take you. And you'll have to give an answer. If you start doing it for your own practice, then you'll know exactly what kind of time it takes you to actually create. And that's going to be really valuable. And on top of that, it's going to help you being accountable and focus and give you a sense of urgency. So learning facial anatomy for myself, I was giving myself maybe 8 weeks, and then understanding hair 6 weeks, etc., etc. It's a guess at the beginning, but you might guess wrong, and it's fine. Remember that if you don't complete a sub-goal on time, it doesn't mean you fail. There's no such thing as failing when you're learning something. It does mean you need to revise your timeline and get back on track. It's as simple as that. So basically, try it first, and when you see that it takes you more time, just change it, and next time you'll know exactly how much time it's going to take you. Step 4. And I'm switching always here just to make sure that the internet is good, because I hope the internet is good, guys. Step 4, find a community. Very, very, very important step. Here's why. If you look around you, I don't know when's the last time you've been able to actually talk about your passion for art or talk about a passion for painting with like one of your friends. Sometimes we have good friends. They're very good for who they are, but we cannot really share those goals, those passion that we have. So to find a community that actually you can do that with is super important. And I'll make sure to give you a community in a second, actually. So surround yourself properly. It can be super intimidating at first to put yourself out there and to put your work out there, but it's super key to actually learn. Surround yourself with people that share the same goals. It's going to help you push your own goals further. Tip: find an accountability buddy, someone that you can really share your goals and timeline with. I have one, basically, and when I have a portrait or intention of doing an art show or anything, I'm going to tell him. And therefore, I'm accountable for what I said, and I'm going to stick to the goals that I give myself. It's really, really important. Seek help. Nobody knows anything, like everything. I mean, you may know some, but to seek for help is really key. Even the best of the industry will always seek for help. Feedback, critiques is really, really important. The simple act of sharing your goals publicly will make you so much more likely to follow through on them. So it's really important that you actually do it. Now, if you don't have a community yet, here's my trick. If you go to paintable.cc/community, paintable.cc/community, you have an actual Facebook group that we started it, and we have a few thousands of really awesome artists that will give you feedback and critiques, and actually really, really good at it. Very friendly. It's not scary to put your work out there, so I suggest for you to actually go there if you don't have any community. It's paintable.cc/community, and it's going to help you a lot. Sharing every day, every month, every week will not only help you with your self-confidence, but also provide you with crucial support, critique, and feedback while building accountability. So like I was saying, it's a very, very important step. And once you do that, once you're all there, now guys, don't go too far. We're going to talk about the work. Basically, now that you have all those steps, and I'll make sure that the connectivity is there, yes. Those steps, you want to actually do some exercises. So like I said, I have some exercises for you guys that I want to show you guys. So let's start that. First of all, keep your tablet plugged away. That's the best tip I can give you. Too many beginners start by buying a tablet and switching tablet and mouse whenever they want to paint, but that's a mistake. If you want to learn how to play with a tablet, you should replace your mouse with your tablet and use it for everything. Just keep it in front of you at all time. It's going to help you to actually master that tool. And remove distraction. Now we're going to start doing some work. You want to remove distraction because when you start, especially when you're beginning, everything is super frustrating because you don't learn. It doesn't go as fast. The vision that you had in your head doesn't show up on canvas. So if you want to learn faster, make sure to focus by turning off the TV, close every browsers, and turn off your notification on your phone. And for that half an hour that you're actually focusing on your work, that way it's going to be more. It's going to help you just be even more efficient with your practice. And from there, you want to find obviously exercises and sub goals and so on. So I have 3 today that I want to show you. I'm going to switch to Photoshop right now, and I'll show you those exercises. So the first one I want to show you is a great one. It's a small one, but I love it. It's called Imagining the Form Geometrically. Basically, it's an observational exercise. So it's something that you do on a daily basis, looking at stuff, basically. So to give you an example here, I'm going to switch the brush here. It's going to help me just draw something more smooth. I'm going to take this one. So every object that you see, and you let me know if you agree with me, every object that you see can be really difficult when they have curves to draw. I don't know for you guys, but for me, when I want to see something like that bottle of Coke, you know, drawing a curve can be really difficult. So I found a trick to actually just break it down in my head to make sure that I would understand that form. And it's to break that form into geometric shapes, something a little bit more simple. So for example, I would say like, all right, the bottle starts from here, and then from here, it's almost a straight line. So I would just be like, all right, that's a straight line. And then from there to there, it's that kind of a straight line. And then I have another straight line from there to there. And just to break it down like this in my head, it's going to help me with my measurement, basically. It's a very good technique for observational drawing, something that you want to look at, anything, a portrait or just that nature or anything that you want to paint, to look at like this, basically like this, it's going to help you a lot with the proportions and the measurement of it. And it's going to even help you when it comes to rendering the stuff. So if you were to just break that down into like simple geometric shape, and you wanted to maybe change the lighting to imagine the form geometrically in a simple shape, a simple form, it's going to help you a lot if you want to change the lighting of it, because this is making it way easier, even with the details. Like for example, right here, if I were to add some more details, I could just go with a simple form. So I'm going to simple shape, I would just have a simple shape like this. I'm going to make a selection of that. Press enter, and basically I'm going to just take the soft round brush here to just give it a sense of three-dimensional here by, there we go, just doing some rendering like this. So basic rendering basically to do. And that was super easy for me because in my head, that's how I see it. And from there, you can add some more detail. Obviously, this is more an observational exercise, not something that you will necessarily do on canvas. But when you see everything like this, it's going to help you understand the form and therefore being able to actually paint them with more ease. So that was the first one. The next one is analytic comparison. And that's a very good one when you want to learn anything faster, basically. I see a lot of people doing some mistakes when they learn portraiture, for example. I'm going to switch the brush again to something that I prefer. I see a lot of people trying to learn everything at once. Basically, they're like, all right, I'm going to do a portrait. I'm going to do front view. I'm going to do side view. I'm going to do three-quarter view. And it's good because while you're doing this, you're actually learning portraiture, and it's focused on portraiture only. But the problem is you're not focused on one angle at a time. And it's really key when you want to learn something in more precisely. So if you learn portraiture, I suggest for you to learn only one angle at a time and practice on that angle. Today, I want to show you that trick with side view portrait. And basically, it's going to help you being able to draw from imagination from now on. With that trick on, you'll be able to actually draw from imagination. So the first thing you want to do, I want to draw a portrait, a side view portrait. The first thing you want to do is do it from imagination for what you remember of it. So what I remember of it, I'm going to start like this. I'll be like, all right, so side view portrait like this. I'm going to have the neck here, and then I'm going to have an eye right there, and then the nose. And I'm just going to do anything that I remember of it. So I'm just going to clean that up right here and be like, all right, so from there, I'm going to have the first lip, second lip, and the chin. I'll have my ear around there, and then I'll have my hairline just like that. I'm going to finish it like this. All right, so that's what I remember of a side view portrait. So what I'm going to do now, you need some reference images. So I'm going to open my reference images. I'm going to find a picture that I really like. I'm going to take it. I'm going to make a copy of it doing Command J. It's going to put it on its own layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the two of them. So I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is compare the two of them, be like, all right, so I feel like the head should be a little bit more large. Maybe the nose a little bit more round. The eye should be closer to the eyebrow. And what I want to do is memorize all that. I want to put the image in my head. I want to remember it. I want to make a library of image in my head. And that's how I'll be able to paint from imagination from now on. So once I did that, I want to mask that, that image. And I want to do the exercise again by remembering and using my memory. And that's very, very important. So first thing I'll do again is start with a circle, which is usually the hardest thing, but I think I nailed this one. Then I'm just going to go ahead with the jaw. And he had a pretty large neck for what I remember. I'm going to clean that a little bit right now. I'm going to put the eyebrow right here. And then the eye was just a bit closer to the eyebrow for what I remember. And then he had a more round nose. Maybe it was a bit bigger than that. I'm just going to clean up this mess a little bit. And then he had first lip, second lip, and the chin. I'm just going to try to clean that up a little bit. He had a pretty square jaw for what I remember, so I'm going to put it square. The ear was around here. I feel like the forehead was just maybe a little bit angled. And then he had the line of hair that was kind of doing this, finishing here. And then he had something like that. So that's what I remember. So what I would do is I'm just going to make that a bit bigger and center it a little bit more. From now, I would do the same exercise. I would open my reference image and compare it, and do that over and over and over until I find every pieces of details and remember it. And that way you'll be able to actually draw from imagination. So very great exercise. This one will help you a lot. Analytic comparison, it's very, very powerful, and you can do it for anything. If you want to draw hands or feet or anything that you need to do repetitively, this is going to help you a lot to put the images in your head and therefore be able to draw it from imagination. So that was the second one. I'm going to show you the third one, making sure everybody's there still. The third one is very good when it comes to rendering material. I call it focus repetitive thumbnailing, and it's the most difficult one that I have to show you today. So I'm going to take first a brush that gives me, allows me to have a little bit of transparency in it. So something like this. And yeah, basically what you want to do with this one is you don't want to paint with any lines. You only want to paint with values. And that's going to help your eye to actually absorb the small details and a change of tones of the values. So the first thing I would do with this exercise, first I would start not too close, so far enough. And I want to start with geometric shapes. It's always a good technique for me to just start with basic geometric shape. I want to just have the basic lines just like that. So I'm just going to paint the basic shape, the contour shape, let's say, as a geometric shape. It's going to be frustrating at the first minutes. That's an exercise that basically I would do a 5 to 10 minutes here. Then I would do a 10 to 15 or 20, and then maybe a 20 to 30 here. Basically, it would take me between 30 and 40 minutes, I think, to finish this one. And so the first few minutes are always a bit disappointing because you don't see much results and you feel like you're not going anywhere, but you need to start by the base. So the base for me is definitely the geometric shape. So what I'm doing right now, which is basically just having the first shape, making sure that the proportions are right. Therefore, it's going to help me to actually start rendering after that. So I'm just going to fill that up for now. And that's what I mean by being frustrating. But you're like, all right, especially for that. So I'm going to try to go faster so I can show you more exciting stuff here. But you have to start by the beginning. So yeah, so you fill it up, and then you want to obviously make sure that you have a little bit more detail. So I'm going to get just a bit closer, and I'll be like, all right. So there's the nose right here and the bottom of the lip. And then with the nose that comes right here. And then it goes a little bit inside like this. I'm just going to refine basically the contour. And the hair here, the hairline starts around here like this. And then I have the first lip like that. And then the bottom lip. I'm just going to paint this like that. So making sure that the contour is a little bit more precise is going to help you to just rendering. And once you have that, what you want to do is, like I said, is you don't want to paint any lines. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to add a value that's darker, making sure everybody's there. A value that's darker. And I'm just going to start painting the hair here because it's darker. And the first values you want to put, you just want to put them there because what you want to find is other values that will help you to measure it. What I mean by this is, let's say, for example, the chin, which I think should be a little bit shorter, like this. Like the chin, if I have a line right here, I have that line that I can actually use to measure what I have to do. So I could start that, and that's going to bring me to the ear. So I can go like this, and I know that my ear should start right about here. And so that's going to give me a measurement to place the ear right there. And then I got the hairline that stops right there. I could also put the eyebrow. I think the eyebrow would help a lot to actually have a sense of measurement. So I could go ahead and just add the eyebrow, just painting a bit more of the hairline. And basically, like you want to observe every detail of it, but only into patches, into geometric shapes of value, basically. I'm just going to add a bit more like this. I'm going to continue that. And like I was saying, the first minutes will be like kind of slow, and you're like, all right, you have to have a lot more observation. I think I need to maybe bring that a little bit more high. And I'll just put them together like this. I'm just going to paint that right there. Okay, that's better, I think. And maybe the eyebrow should be a little bit lower. So just make sure at the beginning that you don't go too fast, you don't jump too much steps. Make sure that your measurements are all right. So like you see right now, I'm just breaking down what I was doing. Just make sure that everything looks fine. I'm going to place that bit of an eyebrow here. And just like that, you want to add other value. Don't go too bright. Like this one would be too bright. I'm going to start with this one here. Just start a little bit less punchy with the values. That way it's going to be easier to just correct them later. So right now I could go with more white for this part, but I decided to just go just a little bit less, basically. And you want to watch the patches. So under the eye here, there's another patch of value. Goes a bit like that. For the eye, I don't want to go into too much detail. So at the beginning, I'm just going to put like a triangle like this, just to place the value, basically. I'm going to make the eyebrow just a bit thicker here. And then you want to place all the values. Like I see that should be darker around here. Definitely darker. And there's more hair there. Just like this. Bringing the values. Same thing around here. There's a darker value around there. Then I see another patch under the eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that patch right there. You can use the different tools that you have to just place them. And I'll place this one right here. And I'll take the mixer brush, if I have the mixer brush, to just make it like this. Go back to my brush tool here, and just continue like this. Won't be able to finish it, obviously, today. It would take me a lot more time. Obviously, I have too much stuff to show you for the presentation. I'm going to try to push it just a little bit more so you guys understand a little bit more. And there, another patch here. Just placing the patch. And after the first 5 minutes, you're going to start to see like a little bit more of what you're actually trying to paint. So I got another patch right there. And then that's kind of getting darker around here, darker around there as well. So I could just paint like this. And basically I would do this until I reach my 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to go faster here. And just so there's a patch there as well. And there's another patch right there. I would go for like 5 to 10 minutes. And what I would do after that, I would start to add some more darker tones, basically. So I would just copy this and put it there, and start with the more darkest value. So basically, I would just go in the air, let's say, and I know that there's a patch over here that's supposed to be darker, and I would just go over it. Basically, you want to do 5 to 10, 10 to 20 maybe, and 20 to up to 40, and have a finished rendering. And that's going to help you a lot to actually take the time to observe the values. There's a lot of people that struggle with this to see like the small details, the occlusion shadows, and all the small transition of light. That's going to be a great exercise for that. And I'm sorry I won't be able to push it more. I got more material that I want to show you guys, but those were the 3 exercises I wanted to show you. I hope you like them. I'm going to switch back to the presentation and show you the rest of the material. So, like I was saying, 3 exercises, imagining the form geometrically, which is amazing when you observe anything. Analytic comparison, if you want to really nail something fast. And the focused repetitive thumbnailing, when it comes to rendering a material, that's going to help you a lot. That's 5, the step 5, which is do the work. Find the exercises that will help you to go faster. Once you did that, you want to make sure that you keep track of your progress. And that's super important. The step 6 is super important. To help stay motivated, regularly keep track of your progress. Make note of the works you've done and the sub-goals you achieve. When you're feeling like you aren't getting anywhere, get a boost of motivation by looking at your notes and see how much you already achieved. Here's an example. I got my goals, my sub-goals, my timeline, and obviously I keep track of my progress. That helps me to let me know how much I already done. And I'm sure that you may think at this point that you don't know much, but you already know a lot, I'm pretty sure, except if you're like a total beginner. But if you already started, I'm sure you already learned a ton of tools, techniques, and those progress, that work, it's important to keep track of it. That way, when you feel like you're disappointed by your slow progress, you can look back at it and see how much you already achieved, and that's going to help you a lot. Step 7, which is a very, very important one. Step 7 is build a habit. If you really want to get good at something, you need to build a habit. So here's the importance of it. Just painting whenever you have time is okay, but to seriously improve, you need to build a habit. 30 minutes every day is far better than 5 hours every 7 days. Doesn't have to be every day, though. If you have something that's consistent, like every 2 days, every 3 days, that's going to help you a lot as well. Habit will free up your mind, so you're capable to concentrating on a higher level when you start practicing. Building a habit will allow you to get through the dips and slumps of every day. Here's a trick for you to actually build a habit, because too many people get caught in the same problem. What they're doing is like, all right, I need to build a habit. I'm going to start drawing every day an hour. And that's huge. It's a huge step from 0 to an hour every day. So you have to start small. And that's the first step. Start small. Start by just firing Photoshop and painting 5 minutes every day. If you do more, it's fine. But just sit down and say, all right, I just need to do 5 minutes every day. Then that's for the first week. Then for the next week, you can do 10 minutes. And obviously, at some point, you want to get to more and more if you want to have better results. 30 to 90 minutes every day is what I saw the best result in me. Obviously, it's going to take you maybe a few weeks to get there, but you'll see that the results drastically improve when you put 30 minutes every day of paintings. You'll see. Step 2, plan it into your day calendar and write it down. Now, there's not a lot of people that have still a calendar on the wall or an agenda. Everything is pretty much like electronic these days, but it's really important to physically write it down on something. So if you have a piece of paper or Post-it, just write it down and try to write down at the same time every day. So that's going to help you as well. If you put it like, all right, so I'm going to paint in the morning or in the afternoon, just put it down on that piece of paper. It's going to help you to stay accountable to it, to yourself, because you actually write it down. I know for me, it's the first thing in the morning. I like to wake up and just start with my practice, and then I can do my work. Maybe for you, it's the after dinner, after lunch. Maybe it's after putting the children to bed. Whatever is the time for you that fits your schedule, just make sure that it's the same time every day. That's going to help you a lot to stick to it. And step 3, it's not a small step. Step 3 is reward yourself. You're doing some great work for yourself, and you know what? You're allowed to reward yourself. So after 7 days, if you did 5 minutes, it's a huge accomplishment, seriously. So just do something for you. I don't know, maybe have a walk somewhere or just something to reward yourself. Physically, just rewarding yourself is going to do a lot for your mental. 14 days, maybe you buy a little something, maybe a pen or anything, basically, something small, just something to reward yourself. And after 30 days, if you did that for 30 days, guys, this is a huge accomplishment. You have to reward yourself, really. So maybe you go out with friends and you celebrate, have a dinner, do something special. This is a huge accomplishment. Here's a trick for you. I love this trick, and when I show it to people, they find it a bit silly, but it's really, really amazing. Basically, it's called the X effects, and it looks like a calendar. And what you want to do is you want to put an X each time you sit down in front of a computer and you do the work. So if you work for the first week 5 minutes every day, you want to put an X in each of them. And each day you're going to put an X each time that you sit in front of your computer. And I'm telling you, this becomes like a game, and it just makes you want to fill up the whole sheet. And it sounds ridiculous, but it works so much. I've been doing this not only for digital painting, but for a few other things. And basically, you build a habit way faster with this. You simply have to print that sheet, put it on your wall, put the X each time you sit down, and you're going to see results. The cool thing is the PDF I'm going to give you about this presentation, you'll have the XFX sheet in it. You simply have to print it out, put it on your wall, and just do the work, basically. And that's going to help you a lot to keep focus on your habit every day. Here's a quote that I absolutely love from Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do every day. Excellency, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. And I truly believe in this. Here's the 7th step again, guys. Step 1, know your destination. Step 2, set specific goals. Step 3, set a timeline. Step 4, find a community. Step 5, obviously do the work. That's the fun part, I would say. Step 6, track your progress. And step 7, build a habit. And to sum it up, here's why. Be in control of your mindset. That's really, really important. A lot of people think that to do this properly, they need years and years and think, I'm too busy right now. I'm just going to wait until my life gets back on tracks and I'll master digital painting after. But here's the thing. There's never a perfect time, guys. Life will always get in the way. So the perfect time is now. It's always right now to learn everything. You need to grab the bull by the horn and do it now. And here's my big promise to you. By practicing smart and embracing active learning, which I show you today, you won't need years and years to practice to reach your goals. You can get really good in just a few months, even a few weeks. And you have to remember, this is not just theory to me. This is actually how I get where I am today. This is how I practice every day. It's exactly the same principle, no matter what is your destination. You want to be a concept artist, an illustrator, a hobbyist, no matter where you want to be. After years of struggling around for me in the dark, there was exactly that roadmap that allowed me to get the results that I was looking for. And I'm not sure why you showed up today. Maybe you're super passionate about digital painting and you want to be as good as your favorite artist one day. And maybe you love to paint and learn, but you feel like you're not making much progress as you want to. And maybe you want to get into a career as a concept artist, character designer, illustrator, or something similar, but you're unsure how to get there. Or maybe you're a traditional artist and you really want to switch to digital painting because, let's be honest, it's awesome. But you're struggling getting your head around it all. No matter where you want to go, or you have to remember those things. If you really want to get serious about mastering digital painting, you have to embrace active learning. Just painting, watching random speed paintings here and there isn't enough. You have to set yourself goals, like I showed you, and build yourself a lesson plan that's going to help you a lot. And obviously exercises to achieve them. Discovering this really did change my life. It made me like just get way better, way faster. I was stuck all the time and frustrated, and I was seeing drastically improvement each time I was painting once I was following those steps. And the best part is you don't need talent here. It's something you can just follow yourself step by step. So I'm guessing that you see how powerful this is already, and you can imagine the difference it's going to make in your own practice. So the obvious question is, how can I apply this to my own learnings? And how can I build an active learning practice that will allow me to master digital painting faster? Well, everybody has a choice. I had a choice. You have a choice. You can do it the way I did it, which was really slow and frustrating, I got to say. It's using trial and error. Some of what I showed you today, it's doable, but it takes a long time, especially by yourself. It takes a lot of discipline because you don't have any peers to help you and everything. And obviously, I didn't have like all the practice that I have today at that point, but you can also do it smart. And I really want to help you. Like I said at the beginning, my own passion now is to actually teach. So I'm taking everything I learned about active learning, chunking, exercises, foundation. And what I did is I built the Digital Painting Academy. And I could talk to you about it for hours, But what I did instead is I made a small video, and I would like to share it with you. So if you give me a second, I'm going to switch the camera to me for just a second, and I'm going to show you that video. I'm just going to load it up, so stick with me for a second. And yes, you let me know in the chat what you think of. To everyone that spent hours drooling over gorgeous painting on ArtStation, to everyone that watches speed paintings and think, damn, I wish I could do that. To everyone that dreams of one day being a world-class digital painter, concept artist, or illustrator, stop beating yourself up. You're closer than you think. You already have the passion. You just need a little bit of guidance, a push in the right direction, so you can take on this huge, overwhelming world of digital painting, all the frustration and hours of feeling stuck, and cruise through it all in a fun, straightforward way. Paint gorgeous painting from your imagination, develop your own badass style, be proud to show off your work. Want to know how? Here's how it works. We've taken everything we learned teaching thousands of students and built the Digital Painting Academy.
Many topics in digital painting are so big that they quickly become overwhelming. There's just so much to learn that you don't even know where to start. That's where we come in. We've broken everything down into bite-sized lessons, each leading to the next. So all you have to do is start at the top, and we'll lead you through it all step by step. In an ideal world, we could be learning digital painting all day long, but we understand that realistically, that's obviously not possible. So we've made it our mission to handpick the most important lessons so that when you do have a few hours to practice, you know you're getting the fastest results. You can watch free videos on YouTube, but they're often way too fast and can teach you bad habits that take years to unlearn. That's why we've included downloadable exercises with every lesson so you can build your confidence and start painting the right way from day one. Every month, you can submit your work and have an expert give you critiques, guidance, and feedback so you know exactly what you need to be working on.
Digital painting is for everyone, and it takes a lot less time to achieve with a minimum of structure. The key here is to learn the right thing in the right order.
Besides our ever-growing catalog of tutorials, Academy members will also get access to our Foundations class. This 6-part series is designed to help you master the building blocks of digital painting. It starts with the absolute basics and leads you through the whole process, step by step, until you can paint beautiful, full-color paintings of your own. Are you ready to become a world-class digital painter? Join the Academy today and follow the lesson plan that have already worked for thousands of students like yourself. All right, and that's basically the Digital Painting Academy, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am. This is really the best material that I ever did. I'm so happy that you guys give me the chance to actually present it to you. And it's something that's been rolling for a little while now. So I want to show you some results from our students, actually. Here we have Isaacs. After 6 weeks, you get the before and after. He was able to do already some good work, but you can see that he was able, after that, to render beautiful portraiture by himself. It was really amazing. And here we have Seb telling us, I learned more in 2 months of assignment than in 3 years in my own art school. I was absolutely happy to learn that. Thank you for sharing, by the way. At this point, you might ask yourself, is this for me? Who is this Digital Painting Academy for? And obviously, it's not for everybody. That would be a lie. But here's the thing. If you're new at digital painting and you want to learn it right, not waste years and years of time and frustration on trial and error, this is definitely for you. If you don't have much time to practice, you have a job, you're full-time students, so when you have time, you want to make sure that you're using that time as effectively as possible, this is definitely for you. If you've done some digital painting, but you want to up your game, learn new skills, benefits, and not new skills, and have the benefit of the community to have the support that you need and accountability, this is definitely for you. And if you eventually want to be in a career and be a digital painter, either if it's illustration or character design, and you want to build a really strong foundation, this is going to be definitely for you. And you might ask yourself at this point, okay, so how is this going to cost me? Well, I'm going to let you know here. We'll all agree that art school can be super expensive, from tens of thousands of dollars. And you know what? When I saw those prices, here's my thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. If all this did for me or for you was to give you the motivation to finally learn digital painting, would that be worth it to you? or give you the tools and knowledge to achieve the results that you really want today. Would that be worth it for you? To give you a start to work in the industry so you can start making a living from something you're super passionate about. I know it would be worth it for me. I'm sure it would be worth it for you. But you know what? I understand that $30,000 seems like a lot of money. Basically, I want to make sure that the Digital Painting Academy is affordable for everyone. I basically want everyone to learn art, and especially the digital painting one. So obviously, I'm not going to ask you for $30,000. Even tutoring can be really expensive. I want to make sure that everybody can learn from that. So obviously, I'm not even going to charge you what tutoring would charge you. I'm only going to charge you $197, and that includes everything, and it's for a whole year with us. And what it means, you have all the exercises that comes with it, the workshops, everything that you saw in that video, everything that is in the Digital Painting Academy, just for $197, and that's for a full year. And you got to know that for some student, that would be even better than university. Here we have Jennifer saying, I got more out of this than I did for a full semester in class in university, and I didn't have to take a loan to do it. The videos are amazing and in depth, and the structure of the classes is perfectly paced to take you through the process of painting without overwhelming you. And I was super happy that Jennifer was able to tell me that. I was a graphic designer too, so I could relate of what she was doing. And basically, I wanna thank you guys for being here today. You guys have been amazing. I was so happy to show you my material, and now that you're here with me, I really want to reward you basically. So I'm put down a package of bonuses to just say thank you so much for giving me support here today. So I'm just gonna give you that, and it's only because you guys been there today. So I'm gonna have a few bonuses to give you. The first one is going to be the 5 simple game plans to get a crystal idea on how to reach your destination. Basically, maybe you want to be a concept artist, a character designer, an illustrator, and you don't know exactly how to get there. Well, I put all together those 5 game plans that would help you to actually get a good idea on how to get there. So how to break them to the steps and to the destination, the sub goals, everything that you need to start right now and go into that direction. And I'm going to give you that for free if you join us today in the Digital Painting Academy. I'm also going to give you a second bonus. I'm going to give you the 8-week speed building, and that's a really nice program that we created in Paintable. It's 8 weeks where I'm going to receive in your email one exercise. It's a quick exercise to make sure that you learn faster, and every week you're going to have one. It's something to like you see in the academy we have a lot of exercises, but those ones are built to make sure that you're going to learn faster. So it's just speed recovery to learn how to work with your tablet and just get really fast at digital painting basically. And I'm going to give you that also for free, and that's for 8 weeks. So the 8 weeks are going to be with us. You're going to have that every week. And because I was just so excited that I had the chance to actually present my material, I decided to give you something even bigger today. So basically, if you sign up with us, I'm also going to give you this one, which is the third one, guys. I'm going to give you live access to the private community. So basically, you take a year with us, and if you take the year with us now, I'm going to make sure that in a year, if you're able to work by yourself and you don't need the academy anymore, that you still can be with us through the community. So you'll be able to get actually your work and put it out there in the community and being able to actually ask for feedback and some critiques, because basically that you will need for the rest of your career. No matter if you're pro, the community will always be there for you. So I'm going to give you that as well. I'm going to give it for free, and that's a value of almost $1,000. So basically I'm going to give you all those bonuses. So you're going to have 12 months of learning, a value of $300, and I'm going to give you for $197 only. You'll get the bonus 1, 2, 3 for a total value of $1,341. And that's pretty much everything that you need to know to learn digital painting today. But you know what? I was so excited I decided to give you even more. I just wanted to make sure that you guys are rewarded for the time that you give me today. So I'm going to give you something more, and that's a fast action bonus. Basically, if you sign up the academy before the end of the Q&A, we're going to have a Q&A in a few minutes. I'm going to also give you that next one, which is absolutely huge, guys. I'm going to make sure that you stay with us and do the live workshop. So basically, I'm going to give you live access to the workshop. What does that mean? Is mean in a year from now, when you have taken everything that you could have from the academy and you learn everything that you need to learn, you'll be able to actually also give your work for critique and feedback. Basically, every month I go online, I do workshops, and the students can upload their work, and so I can do paintovers and give them feedbacks. And basically, you'll have access for a lifetime. So even in a year when you're not with us anymore because you're able to learn by yourself, I will still be able to give you feedback on your work, and that's really huge, guys. So I'm going to be able basically to be there for you no matter what. And you're going to get that for free if you sign up to the Academy before the end of the Q&A, all right, guys? So we're going to have a Q&A in a few seconds, like I was saying. So just make sure to sign up before it, and I'll give it to you for free. So basically, you got all of them here. You got 12 months for $197. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, the simple game plans, the skill building exercise, the lifetime access to the community, and the live access to the workshop. And that's a value of $2,338. And I'm pretty sure if I was asking you the question, would you think that to learn digital painting today and to actually start a career as a digital artist, $2,338 is actually worth it? I know it would be worth it to me, guys, but obviously, like I said, I don't want to ask for more than $197. That's the price for a whole year with the Digital Painting Academy. And with that, you get all the bonuses that I showed you today, and you have a whole year of learning with me and with the Digital Painting Academy, basically, guys. So on top of that, because I wanted to make sure that you feel comfortable, because this is not a scam. I'm here because I love to teach, and that's basically what I want you guys to know. So I'm also going to give you 30 days to try it. Basically, you can take the year right now, get all the bonuses, which you can keep, by the way, after the 30 days. You can have all the bonuses, and basically, if you after 30 days you feel like this is not for you, I'm going to give you your money back. I'm not even ask any question, guys. So basically, you can be really relaxed about this. You can take the full year today with us, and you can go ahead, try it for 30 days, and you guys let me know what you think. So basically what you want to do right now, you should be able to see a little pop-up that comes on the screen, and it says, yes, let me in. You click on it, and it's going to bring you to the next page where you can choose between the monthly or the annually, which as I just showed you with all the bonuses, a whole year, the speed building program, the life access community, the workshop. You click on that. And from there, you want to put simply your name, your full name, your email. So that little stuff. You want to choose how you want to do the payment, and that's it. You'll be with us in the Academy, guys. It all starts with taking action, basically. So you have to take action. What I just showed you today, basically also is just, it's the price of one coffee a week. So depending on obviously what kind of coffee you take, but we figured out that basically it's around about $3, I think, every week. And this year, you'll be able to actually learn digital painting. So you can just have to click on the let me in, and you'll be with us. So yeah, I hope you're ready to learn digital painting, guys. I'm going to take your question from now on. I'm going to switch the camera back on me, and I'll take all your questions. All right, I think the camera is back on me. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up. I'm going to take any question that you have. If you have a question about digital painting in general, or the presentation that I showed you, or the Academy, anything at all, just to help me, please, when you ask a question, there's a gray box. If you click on the gray box, you're going to have like a Q&A sign, and that's going to show me like a question mark. It's going to be easier for me to actually see them. So any question at all, I will answer them now. Thank you so much for showing up, guys. I love to present, and it's always great when people are showing up and giving me support. So thank you so much. So yeah, I'll take all your questions now. You just have to shoot me up. It's going to be my pleasure. I'll stick with you for a few more minutes. So, Alan says, thank you. It's a question, but thanks. So I got Pablo says, about equipment, what do you prefer or recommend between a Wacom tablet versus an iPad Pro? Basically, I've been working with a Wacom tablet, and I loved it. And I have some problems at some point because I switched from a Bamboo tablet, which was a semi-professional tablet, they say, but you know what? It was doing the job perfectly for me. And yeah, basically, I was doing that, and I switched to the Intuos Pro, and now I started to have problem with the Wacom software for some reason, and then I had to switch from the Intuos Art, which I have right now, which is fine. But basically, here's my big thing between an iPad and a Wacom tablet. If you have an iPad already, I say just go with that. It's awesome. Procreate is great, and all the stuff you can learn with it is amazing. And if you're part of the Academy, you'll see that the classes that we teach are actually app independent. So you can actually learn from any kind of apps. I teach Photoshop, but you can actually learn the same thing with Procreate by following the classes. So yeah, so I would just go with your budget, go with your heart, what you really like about it. I see there's a lot more questions. I'm going to try to check them out. So Jeffrey says, is there a trick to drawing smooth
firm lines really matter, Shillians. I have a trick. It's called the Hey Stylus. It's a small application, actually. We actually have it in the Academy. We have actually a 30% free off the Academy for the Hey Stylus. And it's going to help you basically make smooth line. That's for Mac. If you have a PC, you can go with the Lazumi. No, it's Lazumi. I think it's Lazy Lazumi for PC, and that's going to do a great job. So Lazy Lazumi for your PC is going to be great. By the way, guys, if you have any question about the PDF, I'm going to send the PDF as soon as I finish this, basically. I'll send the PDF to everybody that was there just as a big thank you. So yeah, I'm just going to continue with the question. I have Mindy says, when doing the geometric shape, it's better to draw the lines or to use the polygonal lasso tool in Photoshop. I would just try to draw the lines for me. It's easier. It's going to learn as well with your tablet. It's going to help you get better with your tablet. So just try to do the lines for now. The polygon, there's techniques that I really like to show with the polygon that are really great. But for the sketch, I always prefer to stay loose. It helps you get better at sketching and helps you to learn with your tablet, actually. Which brushes were you using? I use all sorts of different brushes, some that I create. Actually, in the Academy, I have a really in-depth class to show you how you can actually do your own brushes. It's a 2-module class. Basically, I did it so people could actually make money out of the brushes they're creating. Because I see there's a little market right now, like Cal's brushes. You see lots of people putting brushes out there that they make money out of it. And you know what? It's easier than you think. Once you follow and you know the steps, how they work, it's really just placing pieces together and create awesome brushes. So I created a class for that. But the brushes that I use are a mix between my brushes and brushes from other teachers. So yeah, that's for the brushes. Yeah. So I see there's a lot of picture, a lot of question, guys. I'm going to try to see. It says, Virginia says, all the classes for all level of people. Yes, the classes are for every kind of level of people. I would say that we have a lot of classes for the very, very beginner as well. Actually, most of the very beginner. Basically, we take everybody from not knowing anything to being able to actually do an actual portrait. And we don't teach portraiture, only portraiture. What I do is I wanted to have a project-based tutorial, basically. So I bring you from zero to everything by teaching you portraiture, but really what I do is I teach you every step on how to actually draw with a Wacom tablet, how to do digital painting, basically. So I do that through portraiture, but we have lots of different actually classes. There's actually one great class coming up for character design. We have Charlie Bowater. I don't know if you guys know her. I'm just going to put her in the chat. Charlie Bowater. Charlie Bowater is a great artist, and we're going to have a class for character design coming in, I think, at the end of the month, if not maybe the mid of the next month. And I can't wait to see that. So we have more classes coming for more advanced topic, and we keep on building it. The website itself is going to become a new website in about a month and a half. We're going to make sure that the students have a better experience basically with the website. So that's coming up as well. Just want to say, if you guys are trying to buy right now and have any difficulty whatsoever, just email me at hello@Paintable. I'm just going to put that in chat. Paintable.tc, hello@paintable.tc. If you have any kind of problem, just email me and I'll make sure to answer you one by one. Jacob says, what kind of shirt do you have? I don't know. It's that short. Thanks, Jacob, for noticing. So I have, I'm going to try to say that properly, but I would say Lienis. What is the first step to switch from traditional to digital painting? Well, the first step really is simply to buy yourself the material. Just have yourself a tablet. Once you're there, if you already do a traditional, basically a tablet is just an extension from it. So you can have brushes that actually mimic a gouache, mimic a watercolor, mimic a pencil itself. So once you have your tablet, you'll be able to actually start doing stuff. There is Photoshop, which is the software I'm used. Then you'll need the software, but you don't need Photoshop necessarily. There's Krita, which is free, I think, which does a great job. And you'll be able to follow other classes as well with it. So basically, you just need a tablet and a software. Or if you have an iPad, there's Procreate that is really, really good, does a really great job. So the switch between those two is just having the proper class that brings you
That's what we do with the foundation in the academy. The academy is made for that, to make sure that people start with the beginning and they learn the whole process. I teach you how to make a line, a circle, up to making a fully rendered portrait. So you learn every steps, really bit by bit, small, like I showed you today. I base all my classes with the steps that I showed you, basically giving you a lot of exercises, small bites to make sure that you learn bit by bit, that you feel the momentum, and that way you're learning faster. You'll see it's really good. Sorry, I need to take a bit of water. Jessica says, can you sign up for the academy later? Right. Yes, you can, Jessica. But what I'm doing right now is I want to thank you guys for showing up. So that's why I'm giving you all the bonuses right now. Those bonuses are for now, especially the one with the live webinar. We're trying to get more and more teacher to come to teach their art. So we'll have that every month coming up. For now, I'm doing myself some reviews, some feedback every month. So you can send your work and actually I give you feedback on it. So that's, you're going to have that for your lifetime. So as long as the academy is going to be there, you'll be able to log in. Basically what it says is if you take a whole year, if you want to learn with us, and after a year you're good to go by yourself, you'll still be able to access those. And those is the bonuses I'm giving you if you sign up today. But I understand maybe you don't have the budget right now, and that's fine. You can always log in later. The academy is always open. It's just the bonuses are there for you guys to say thank you for showing up, basically. What pen do you use with the tablet? Well, there's a pen coming with the tablet, Gina. With every tablet, there's a pen coming with. So I got Gabriella saying, even though you're teaching us digital painting, can these steps work for traditional art as well? Are those huge difference? Obviously, the steps that I showed you today can work for a lot of things. Obviously, I put them in digital painting because that's the way I teach everything. So that's the way I approach teaching. Basically, that's the way I build my classes. That's the way the academy is built. But obviously, I'm pretty sure that you can find the same thing for the digital media if you wanted to. The steps will be a little bit different, but pretty much the same. Okay, Gina, I think I already answered that. Jacob says, I've been working with photo manipulation rather than digital painting, drawing, and I am stuck deciding whether I should stick with that or try digital painting. What are your view on this as your career goes, working copying in the future? Jacob, I love photo manipulation. I absolutely love it, and I really want to have classes about it. Matte painting itself is an art. It's amazing. Lots of people are just in the traditional mind. They think that if you want to be an artist, it needs to be painting. If it's not painting, it's cheating. I don't believe in that at all. I believe in art. If photo is art, then photo manipulation is definitely art. And I think it's an amazing medium. You can do so many good things. And there's a way to merge the two of them. To do matte painting is to actually take pictures and paint on top of them and make beautiful scenery with it. I think it's definitely important. In any industry, matte painting is definitely important as well. For game industry, video industry, there's a lot of work in it. So definitely push it. If that's your passion, just go for it, man. Just go ahead. Yeah. Natasha says, and it's Austin saying that, Natasha says, do you teach landscape painting too? We are right now looking for a landscape teacher. Basically, Paintable has been a year now. We're redoing the website. We're actually bringing on new teacher like Charlie Bowater, which is an amazing artist. Guys, if you don't know her, go see her stuff. Charlie Bowater, it's amazing. And I want to bring other ones like Charlie Bowater to teach other things. Basically, right now I'm looking for a landscape teacher. I do not have the person yet that I want, but I'm working on it. I cannot tell when that person is going to be ready to do a class, but it's on. For sure, we'll have landscape at some point. Gina says, my iPad Pro didn't come with a pen. I have Procreate, but I can't use a finger. There's the Apple Pen. I would go with the Apple Pen. The Apple Pen is really, really nice. It goes like this. You can go from top to side, and it's going to change the size of your brush, basically. So just go with the Apple Pen. I think it's a bit more expensive, but if you already have an iPad and you have Procreate, it's going to be worth it for you to actually get the pen that comes with it and that is designed for it as well. I had an iPad, and I bought myself a pen that was not the Apple Pen, and I was absolutely not happy with it. So Apple Pen. Is there a French class too? No. Désolé. I am a French speaker, but all the classes are in English. Obviously, it's for me to be able to actually teach to more people that way. But if you have sometimes questions, very specific questions, you can always email me. I'll try to answer everybody. So if it's easier for you to answer me in French,
I'll be able to actually answer you. Are you going to send the PDF? Yes, I will. The PDF is on the way, guys. Obviously, like you see, I'm doing the Q&A. As soon as I'm finished this, I'll send the PDF to everybody that was here. And thank you for the compliment. What was the first thing you drew in digital painting? How did you begin? The first thing I did was a portrait. I love to do portraiture, and I was already drawing. So for me, it was really like, and I was a graphic designer as well. So I already knew Photoshop and I already knew drawing. So I really just put the two of them, and I started like this, try and error, trying to see how it works using the brush as I thought it will. Obviously, I went to speed paintings on YouTube, like I was saying, but I was not finding exactly what I wanted. I needed to just have something more structured. And that's my approach basically when I teach in the academy. I want something that is structured, that people can do step by step and see the improvement. Because for me, I was going just very broad, trying to do like, all right, I'm going to do anatomy, but I was not able to know how the brush were working, and then the technique on how to delete and erase and paint and everything. And everything was just like a big mess to me. And at some point, like I said, I just put my head down. I was, all right, there's obviously a logic way to do this. And that's where I've been building the steps. And I was, all right, this should be there and there and there. And that way I was seeing myself improving a lot more. So that was my beginning. But yeah, the first thing I drew was actually a portrait of a lady. So can you extend the offer for 15 more minutes? If you have, here's the deal, guys. If you wanna join in, you have any kind of problem, all right? I'll take any personal things one by one. So email me at hello@paintable.cc, all right? If you email me at paintable.cc and I see that you wanted to log in, but you had a problem, I'll make sure to go through one by one and see if I can help you guys. Do you like to draw fantasy stuff like elves, fairy, dragons, and stuff? Definitely. Who does not? I love it. Actually, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones. So yeah, I do. But my preferences is to do portraiture. If you go through my portfolio, you'll see there's a portrait of Daenerys from Game of Thrones. Love it. But I never draw a dragon yet, though. But that could be one thing that I could do at some point. All right, guys. If you have more questions, just shoot me up. I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to thank you so much for coming in. So I'm going to take the next maybe 5 to 6 questions. If you have any question about anything, just shoot me up, guys. If you're still wondering about the PDF, it's on the way. If you have any problem with joining, just email me at hello@paintable.cc and I'll take the time to answer you guys. Sparrow says, I'm deciding to get an iPad Pro. Already have Procreate on the normal iPad and pen. I can buy the offer, but postpone till I get my gear together. Email me and I'll see what I can do. That's all I can say. So just email me and I'll make sure to answer you. If you have any question, guys, about anything digital painting, the presentation itself or the academy, just shoot me up. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm already super happy that you guys were here. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you have any more question, I'm going to see if there's a question that I missed earlier. So Mindy was asking earlier, do you think practicing transitional medium like watercolor or Copic marker will help with digital painting? Yes, basically there's brushes now that are doing, they mimic exactly the medium. Like watercolor, you have brushes that do watercolor these days, or gouache, or any kind of medium basically. So if you're already doing this in traditional way, you'll be able to actually do the transition. So yeah, it's absolutely doable. What is going to be on the PDF? The PDF is going to be the 7th step that I showed you today, guys. Plus, I'm going to have the XFX sheet in it. So basically, all the notes that are the core of this presentation that I showed you today will be on the PDF. Sorry. Do you recommend starting pencil draft, then painting over them? I recommend doing whatever feels best for you. Basically, for me, I like to do everything with my tablet. It's easier because, well, it means that everything is ready at all the time for me. And I love that. But if you are used to draw with a pencil and have already a ton of paper, definitely scan. What I like is I don't have to scan my things. I can directly do it. And I can find brushes that looks like pencil and have that feel of it. So for me, I prefer to do it digitally, but it's absolutely a fine way to do it, to just do it traditionally, scan it, and then start painting with Photoshop or Krita or whatever you have digitally. Lots of artists are doing that, actually. For me, I find it's more easy to have everything on my tablet, so that's why I do it like this. What is the email you should use to contact with question? The email is hello@paintable.cc. Hello@paintable.cc. I'm putting it in the chat right now. If you have any question for anything, just email me, guys. I'll be happy to answer you. I have another question. Says, Yenny, how much is the cost of the academy? I want to sign up later because right now I can't. Well, I understand that. I understand maybe that this is not the moment for you, and it's perfect. The academy is always going to be like open for anybody. You're just going to lose all the bonuses. That's the only problem. You can always join for $197 for the whole year with everything that comes with it, the workshop, the lessons, every new lessons coming in, basically everything that's going to be in the academy. And that's a big difference compared to the competitor, where they sell you like expensive class sometimes for just one class. For us, we decided to open everything. So basically you join in, you get everything, or you can take 1 month for $25, I think. But after 1 month, obviously you don't get any bonuses, even if you take it now. And you'll have to renew all the time. So you save a bit of money. Actually, if you take a whole year, it's $17 a month instead of $25. Scott says, weird question. There's no such thing. Questions are never weird. Questions. But how confident are you enjoying different species of tree? I would say not confident at all. I didn't practice much tree, but I would do the same way I showed you today. Basically, if I don't know something, I would do the exercises that I showed you today. So for the repetitive one, basically I would take one tree. I would probably try to start with the base. So I would do the base of the tree many times until I find the right way to do it. And then I would try the foliage, and I would do the same thing, practice and practice, look at references, practice, look at references, build the library in my head. And after that, I'll be confident to do any tree. But like I was saying, my passion has been portraiture so far. I've been focusing on it a lot. So I'm confident with portraiture. Trees, not so much yet. But eventually, I would love to do landscape. I'm actually looking for more of this. So eventually, I'll be able to do trees with confidence. But not for now. All right, I don't see any question popping in, guys. I'm going to give you a last chance. If you have any questions, let me know. Obviously, if you are trying to get in the academy, as soon as the Q&A is going to be done, the bonuses will be gone, or the big bonuses will be gone for sure. So just, I'm going to give you a few minutes if you want to do. If you have any question, any problem, once again, hello@paintable.cc. It's going to be my pleasure to answer anybody. So yeah, if you have one more question, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go with your day, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. This is amazing each time for me to present. So thank you for showing up and giving me the support. That was great. Congratulations for anybody that gets in the academy. I can't wait to see you for the next live workshop. When did you start teaching? I started about two and a half years ago, I think. I was in Berlin, and I was looking to actually survive as an artist. So I decided to teach, basically, and people were giving me good feedback. So yeah, I decided to make that a full-time passion of teaching. And that's how I become a teacher. And I'm pretty happy today. I was a graphic designer before that, and I was not happy. And now I'm a teacher, and I'm really happy. So yeah, it's happiness. Petra says, definitely going to join the academy later. That's awesome. Do you also teach paper drawing and doodles, or just digital painting? I'm just focusing on digital painting right now. I would love to expand to so many things, but I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything that every student wants, basically. So I'm taking a lot of requests, and then I'm trying to put them in. But the doodles, not so much for now. When do we get the PDF for this workshop? As soon as I finish this presentation, I am going to send them to everybody. Jonathan, have you tried Sketchbook Pro? Sorry, I did not try Sketchbook Pro, but eventually I would like to actually take some time to try Krita, Sketchbook Pro, and just have more experience with all of those so I can give feedback to students. But for now, I'm sorry, I'm all about Photoshop for now. This is the most that it's easiest for me to actually teach with. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to let you go with your day. Thank you so much for joining me today for the presentation. Have a great day. And as usual, happy painting, and thank you.